Hi folks, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for deciding to give this video a play, and thank you very much for all the new subscribers to my channel too. It's very much appreciated. This is going to be part 4 in this short series of tutorials showing you how I created a backing track with this Roland JD-Xi for my cover version of Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. So this tutorial is going to take you through the chorus. Now in the last one I said that it's going to be over 2 sequences, but I realised that actually I can do this on 1 sequence, so that's how I'm going to show you how to do it today. So you can hear the first part of the sequence playing in the background. So this is the first part, and this will then go into the second part. Sounds very, very similar, just apart from the last chord. So you hear that chord change at the very end. So originally on my cover version, my backing track that I created, I did this on 2 sequences. I don't know why, but I did. But then I realised, well, I've actually got enough space to do it on 1 sequence. So that's how I'm going to show you how to do it today. And hopefully we don't get too confused along the way, meaning me. So let's start first of all by, what I'd like you to do to start with is copy the sequence that we did last time and copy it onto a spare memory position, preferably the next one in line. So the last one we did was the verse, which is this one here. But it's using exactly the same voices, so there's no real need to create a whole brand new track from scratch. We'll just copy that over and use those voices, the same drums, the same bass, the same string synth sound, or whatever it is you want to call it. They're all exactly the same. So once you've copied that over to the spare memory position, what I'm going to ask you to do to start with is go into the menu and then find pattern length and press enter and take it back down to 1 measure. So press enter and we have 1 measure, because unfortunately the drums, the bass and the string pads are different. So although they're using the same voices, the actual patterns in the sequence are different. So let's start off first of all by doing the drums. So what I'd like you to do first is just delete the drum pattern that's already there. So just press Shift and erase, pattern erase drum, yes, press enter, and then press enter again to confirm. So we should have no drum pattern, got a nice blank drum pattern. And again, we're using the same TR-909 Kit 1. So the drum pattern, we have a bass drum sound. So bass drum is a similar sort of thing, where bass drum is going on positions 1, 5, 9, 13 in the first 16 notes of the sequence, and in the next 16 notes it's going on 1, 5, 9 and 13 again. So basic 4 on the floor type pattern as you had before. Then we've got the partial hi-hat. So we go back, press the Shift and go back to the first 16. So just to clarify, when I'm holding the Shift key down, it's showing 1 and 2 lit up there. So 1 is the first 16 notes of the sequence, 2 is the next 16 notes of the sequence. Maybe that might make that a bit clearer for you. So we're on when it's flashing, that's the sequence, or part of the sequence that you're on. So we're on the first 16 notes at the moment. So we're going to put the partial hi-hat in. So press partial hi-hat, or PHH, and that's going to go on positions 3, 4 and 11 and 12. And then in the second 16 notes it's going to go on exactly the same, 3, 4, 11 and 12. So we'll have this sound. Right, next one. So back to the first 16 notes again. We want snare drum 3, So there's snare drum 3, and that's going to go on positions 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9 and 13, and exactly the same in the next 16 notes, 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9 and 13. So that will sound like this. Okay, the next sound that we want is percussion 2, which is like this sort of sound, this like a tambourine-ish sort of sound, and that's going to go, again, go back to the first 16 notes. That's going to go on positions 5 and 13, and then in the second 16 notes exactly the same, 5 and 13. So again, with the level control you can adjust that level. It doesn't want to be too prominent, it just wants to be there, but it doesn't want to be too, doesn't want to stand out too much. And the last one that we're going to put into this drum sequence is a hand clap. And the hand clap goes on positions 13. So first 16 notes, hand clap, position 13. So hand clap is down here. Okay. And the second 16 notes, hand clap on 13. So the completed drum sequence sounds like this. Okay, now what we're going to do first of all is double that up to make it into a 2-measure pattern. So again, go into the menu, go into pattern length where we should already be, press enter. So we're currently set to 1 measure, I want to set that to 2 measures now. So set to 2, press enter, with copying, yes, completed. Right, we're going to do the bass line now. So go on to bass, erase what's already there. So press shift, erase and enter, and then enter again to erase the bass pattern. So if we press the bass pattern now, switch it on, it's not there, so we've got an empty bass pattern to play with. So we want to make sure now, because now we're going to hold the shift key down, you'll notice that there's 4 of these lights lit up. So the first measure is 1 and 2, the second measure is 3 and 4. Okay, so that's 16, first 16 of measure 1, second 16 of measure 1, first 16 of measure 2, second 16 of measure 2. So when you press it down, the one that's flashing is the one that you're working on. So the bass sound that we want, say we've copied over the previous pattern, so everything, all the settings, the octave shifting and everything should still be the same, so it should be correct for you. But just to clarify that the bass sound is shifted down 1 octave, and it should sound that sort of, you want that sort of, play with the filter to get that sort of sound there. The notes you're going to play are the F, the E flat, G and B flat. That's for the first part of the sequence at least anyway, so for the pattern measures that we've got currently that we're working on. So it is in fact it is the same sequence pattern, but just played it on different notes as you did in the previous lesson. So start off on an F, so this one's going to start on the F here, and it's going to go on positions, so press the F key, press 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 15 and 16. Sorry, 14 and 15, can't count. So I've got my wrong glasses on again. I have to wear reading glasses when I'm doing this, but I haven't got them on, so that's very, very bad of me, but I'm going to try and make do with what I've got. So back to the tutorial. So that's the first one, and the second one, so we hold the shift key down, press number 2 so it's flashing, and we're going to be working on number 2 now. So this is the second 16 notes of measure 1, and this is going to be an E flat. So E flat is going to go on 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14 and 15. So let's have a quick listen to what we've got so far. So that's looking good, or that's sounding good, let's say. So hold the shift key down, light up number 3 so it's flashing, and we're going to put a G on this one, so press the G note and press exactly the same sequence buttons. So 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14 and 15. So the last one is going to be this B flat, so hold the shift key down, press the last one of the lights, so I think up number 4, press the B flat, and we'll put that B flat in on exactly the same positions again. I don't think you need me to keep rattling through and repeating it, they're exactly the same. Now the next, we're not going to copy this yet, we're going to do the this D50 stack 1 sound, this string pads in the string pads, exactly the same one that we used before. And the chords that I'm going to play for this, again, we're actually shifted up 2 octaves for this, so in its normal octave position it's down here, so we needed to shift it up 1, 2 octaves, so you'll see in the display there octave plus 2. So that's how it should sound. And if you've copied this over from what you did last time, the settings should be exactly the same. So we're going to be playing this note here, which is a C, F and A flat, and then we're going to play C, E flat and A flat, and then we're going to play C, E flat and G, and then B flat, E flat and G. So those are the 4 notes or 4 chords that we're going to put in to start with. So hold the chord down as before, make sure that that number 1 is flashing, so hold the shift button down, make sure number 1 is flashing, don't want to make the same mistake as I did last time, and then hold the chord down. So the first chord is C, F and A flat. Press the step recorder, press the chord. When it flashes onto the next one, use the key hold to move it to the end of the bar. And then when the next one starts flashing there, that's where we're going to put the next chord in. And the next chord is C, E flat and A flat. And then when it starts flashing there again, you can use the key hold to move it to the end of the bar until we get back to here again. And this is where we're going to put the next chord in, which is C, E flat and G. And key hold it to the end. And then the last chord is B flat, E flat and G. And then use the key hold to move that to the end. So that's completed that bit. Let's have a listen to what we've done. Let's turn the voice on to start with. So hold the shift button down, press the digital 1, so all 3 are now lit up. And the last thing we've got to do now, we're going to copy this whole lot now and make it into a 4 measure setting, but we're then going to modify the very end of it, which I think is going to be an easier way of actually doing it. So press the menu button, we're still in pattern length, press enter, Currently set to 2 measures. We want to set that now to 4 measures. Press 4, so it says 4 measures. Press enter with copying yes. So press enter again, and that's copied that whole lot. So now when you hold the shift key down, you've got 8 lit up. So just to clarify, the 8 are 1 and 2 is measure 1, first 16, second 16, 3 and 4 measure 2, first 16, second 16, 5 and 6 is measure 3, first 16, second 16, and then 7 and 8 is measure 4, first 16, second 16. Okay, where do we want to be? We want to be at the very last one this time, so the whole lot, it will just sound like a repeat of the same patterns. If I press it now, so that's the first lot. So that, what we want that last part of it, that last bar, or that last 16 notes to change. So we want to change the bass, and we want to change the D50 stack 1. So we'll do the bass first. So go light up the bass. Now we're not going to erase the whole lot, we're just going to erase these notes here. And to do that, just hold the erase button down. Okay, so press the erase button down and just press the notes. And they're gone. So just to prove it. So that's the first lot. Gone. Gone. Okay, and while you're in the mood, you can do the same with the D50 stack 1 as well. So press the shift key down, make sure you're at the very end. Press D50 stack 1, which is digital synth 1. We've only got one button to erase on here, which is that chord that runs the whole 16 notes. So just press the erase button and then press number 1, and then that's erased that pattern as well. So just to prove it, we'll just play it through. That's the first pattern. So all that's left now is those drums in that very last 16 notes. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put the bass in to start with. So the bass this time is going to go down to a B natural. So in the first pattern it went to the B flat. It's going to go to the B natural on this one. So it's this one here. So again, the same notes, 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14, 15. And I won't play it through again, we'll save a bit of time. And the last thing we're going to do is put the D50 stack 1 chord in. This chord now is going to be a B natural, an E flat and an F sharp. So that's the chord we want to hear. So again, press step record, press the chord B natural, E flat and F sharp, and then use the keyhole to move it to the end of the bar. That's it. Press step record to turn it off and have a listen to what you've done. So this is the second part coming up. Listen for the chord change at the end. And in the actual song, that then goes into this drum break, which I'm going to show you next time, together with a few little embellishments that you can do, because we've just about completed the song now. So hopefully the next video will be the last one. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Remember to save what you've done. Please save what you've done. Don't go and lose what you've done. It's all that, after all that hard work. and we'll be with you again hopefully next week. Try and make it a regular Thursday thing. Anyway, you take care. I wish you all the best, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.